Yeah, I'm old enough that I remember thinking, this will never happen in America. We're safe. It'll never happen in America. Nobody is safe. When these patriarchal cults exist on the planet and they are allowed to thrive, they will always and forever threaten human rights, especially women's rights, gay rights, trans rights, the right to simply marry people that you fall in love with regardless of what color they are. As long as we entertain these cults and tolerate these cults and let these cults teach falsehoods to our children, they are a threat to our rights. Christianity infested the U.S. government. In my 63 years, the more I have watched this cult take over my government, the more brutal and dishonest and corrupt it has become. And now they are literally trying to use this archaic, destructive holy book to make our laws with. Force women to pump out babies, regardless of whether or not they want them, regardless if they're ready for them, regardless if it will destroy their health or their life or not. They don't care. Women are vessels. They were put here on this earth simply to pump out babies and be the slaves for men. That's it. They want to take away our rights to vote. They want to take our rights away to have a say over our own body. Pretty quick, we will not be allowed to own property, have checking accounts, or credit cards. That is their goal. They're going to make it so that women have a very limited amount of choices when it comes to having a career. Not livable wages, so that they're forced to have to depend on men for their survival. They're going to come up with things like you can't graduate high school if you're a woman unless you've had at least one baby. Or you can't go to college if you're a woman unless you've had at least one baby. They're going to come up with things, well, you can work at these limited amount of jobs, but once you become pregnant or once you get married, that's what it is. This is what they used to do in the United States. A woman could teach school, but the moment she got married, she had to quit her job. Because now she's full-time wifey and mommy. And her career, no matter how rewarding it was for her, no matter how much she loved it, she had to give it up because now she's wifey and mommy. That's what they want to drag women back to. And we will have a limited amount of choices on what we can do with our career while we're not married. Once we're married, we can't have a job anymore. That's what they want to do. That's the good old days for them. The day that, I really blame The Handmaid's Tale too. They saw scenes like, there's a table with a row of men sitting behind it, and the woman walks meekly into the room and stands behind a podium and addresses the men and says something like, we would really like it if you would allow us to read. Maybe not everything, but I think we should be at least allowed to read the Bible. And the men sit there behind their tables and they go, we will take your request under consideration. That's the reality these men dream about. Women crawling to them on their bellies, begging them for the most basic fucking rights. And the men sitting there lording over the woman. We'll decide, we'll think about it, we'll give it some thought. And then laughing after the woman leaves, because there's no way in hell they're going to let women have any tools that will allow them to make themselves better or reach their full potential. That's what they want to do. And that's what they're doing in this country. I really think that these people in power have been working on this for decades, but I think watching The Handmaid's Tale gave them wet dreams and made them want to bring it about faster. Because they wanted that to be the reality here in this country. They wanted Gilead to exist where the woman has no power, no voice, no rights whatsoever. So let it be a lesson to you. Do not let religion infest your government. Keep the two separate. Religion poisons everything.